Hey everybody, I'm Rabbi Ferenczi from Heska Muna Synagogue, giving you a little check-in to get you ready for the Shabbat to come. This Shabbat is Ki Tissa. The stories of the gathering of the implements and making of implements for the tabernacle, but also the story of the molten calf and God's reaction and the plague that ensues after that. We learn that Moses objects to God and struggles to inform God that should God destroy the Israelite people in the wilderness, so close to the revelation at Sinai and the exodus from Egypt, that other peoples will say that God only lured them out of Egypt into wilderness in order to destroy them, God's self. This frame of mind is elaborated in the Midrash, the rabbinic fan fiction and retelling of the stories, wherein we see that Moses effectively grabs God by God's lapels, insisting through a series of logical and emotive and effective arguments that God would do God's self wrong in destroying the Israelite people, that God set them up for failure by introducing them to Egyptian fetishes and gods, that these people are God's fulfillment of God's covenant, and to do otherwise would be a disgrace unto God, that God grapples with Moses to hold on to the commandments, and eventually they fall shattering to the ground, being better destroyed than only heavenly. Stories and stories again of Moses objecting to God's judgment in macrocosm of the way that Abraham objected to God's judgment at Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the lesson of the Israelite people, Yisrael, Jacob's nom de guerre, being the God fighter. That our work, the human work, not just the Jewish work, is to struggle with the divine, to struggle with the mundane and the holy, and to bring them closer together, to object where the world seems broken, and to fight God tooth and nail for every piece of this world, to make it all holy, but to do so by truly grappling with what it means to be holy, truly grappling with God, God's self, to know God better, to know ourselves better, to understand our faith and our religion all the more so. We are not, as some are, a fundamentalist faith designed to cow us into submission, but a faith that at every turn invites us to participate, to question, and to challenge received wisdom, God's law, and sometimes even God's judgment itself. I want to wish you a Shabbat Shalom. When you enjoy talks like this and others like it, please do retweet, share on Facebook, and like, share, and subscribe to Eclectic Cleric, one word, on YouTube. God bless.